Hey everybody, welcome back to Jeff Bull Central. I wanted to do kind of a subject video rather than, or an opinion video.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Instead of just like a regular game review, I wanted to talk about exclusivity. This world of exclusivity that video games have kind of endured in since the beginning of gaming, since commercial gaming became a thing, video games. And now that kind of seems to be vanishing with the advent of cloud gaming and the fact that kind of seems like Xbox is going under, no? Kind of seems like Microsoft is kind of reconfiguring the console business and actually trying to become a gaming service that everybody can enjoy on every platform ever friggin' made, rather than just making the one console with the exclusives, right? So, to illustrate my points, I've chosen my two favorite games of this current generation for each respective console, the two consoles. I'm not using Nintendo Switch. Nintendo's kind of a freak. Nintendo's an outlier. They do their own thing and they're highly successful at it, so I wouldn't expect them to go under anytime soon. But in this two-man race between Microsoft and PlayStation, the exclusives war has always been really hot, heated, intense. I'll bring your attention to things like Gears of War or Halo on the Microsoft side, or Uncharted, gosh, any number of things. There's so many great, Ghost of Tsushima, there's so many great things for the PlayStation. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and declare the hands-down winner of most of the exclusive fights of the last several years go to PlayStation, hands down, to me. Though there have been a few notable exceptions on the Xbox side, one of those being Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. This game, it's my favorite Xbox game, Xbox Series X game. And I can kind of confidently say that because when I played it, first of all, I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan, and I always was since I was a kid. But regardless, even if I wasn't, I just think it's a really, really well-made movie tie-in game, and they're both kind of property games, both Spider-Man and Indy, right? But this game just had so much going for it as far as like recreating the world that it's trying to bring to life, right? Bringing it to life in a really, really full way, and that's Indiana Jones, man. It felt like Indy, it played like Indy, the story moved like Indy, the puzzle solving was like Indy, the temples, the fisticuffs, all the stuff, right? Great game, exclusive to Microsoft's Xbox, and yet they dumped the damn thing onto Sony's platform now, and you can get it anywhere. So it's no longer an exclusive, it's no longer a special thing, but you kind of wonder if Microsoft, in buying Bethesda, didn't have this in mind all along. That's kind of my point. Now that exclusives are vanishing, is it good for the consumer? Is it bad for the consumer? I think what it is a monopolization, a centralization of all things. Not to say that there won't be competition across actual software developers, but let me tell you something. Without these exclusives, I worry about the lifeblood of this community. Because since the time of the Sega Genesis and the SNES, okay? Because this is kind of when I enter the fray. That was when I was a kid. There was a fostering of antagonism between different platform owners and the games that we would play on those platforms. And really what it came down to was the fact that it was my thing's better than your thing. That's kind of how we saw it. And we were kind of like, and it wasn't just us. Go back and look at some of these documentaries made about the history of gaming, and you'll see that basically what this is a marketing ploy. They were purposely pitting us against us, gamers of all ages, to drive sales, very simply. Like, my thing's cooler because I've got this game. Well, my thing's cooler. Well, you know, you're entrenched. You're in your bubble. Talk about bubbles in the year 2025. But that was a thing, gaming bubbles. And it kind of has been ever since in one way or another. It's no longer Sega and Nintendo duking it out. Now it's pretty much Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony, of course. But the exclusives game and the duking it out, I chalk that up to how much passion this community has. Now, this passion, this duking it out, this rivalry thing, it's also led to a lot of crappiness. And trust me, there's a lot of crappiness and just generally bad attitudes and meanness, okay, towards each other in this community. But that reflects the passion too. So I'm wondering, my question is now that the exclusives is kind of like vanishing before our eyes, in a way, again, I don't count Nintendo necessarily because they're a freak, but what's it going to do to the passion here? What's it going to do to the fire? What's it going to do to the joy? You know what I mean? Like, you used to walk down to you used to drive down, you used to have your parents take you to, GameStop or something, just to lay down all that money you'd been saving up for months and months and months of chores and crap like that, for this new PlayStation, for this new Xbox that just came out. And lo and behold, you buy the thing, you get it home, the games are amazing, everything's fantastic. Does that disappear when we sit down in front of any old device and everything's streaming? Where's the joy? Where's the tactile nature of what we're doing? Where's the anticipation? Where is indeed the competition? Wherein is indeed the passion, the my side versus yours? As much as I hate the nastiness that this community can sometimes cultivate, the passion is what drives it. And, gamers are a very, very diverse group of people. And we're not always built the same, and we're not always angry at each other, and we're not always uncooperative. There's an amazing amount of cooperation and a solidarity that's just undeniable. I want to talk about Spider-Man a little bit briefly because it is still, and I use Spider-Man 2 here now because, again, this is my favorite PlayStation 5 game. Also because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan and have been since I was a kid. Also because, frankly, it also simulates also.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
The world that it's meant to simulate, it's meant to portray Spider-Man in the world of Marvel Comics so perfectly, and it does it, to my mind, given the limitations of our world and our technology and imaginations, it does it perfectly. Just like Indiana Jones. It's undeniable that when you swing through New York in this game, you feel like Spider-Man, or breaking up random crimes so that you can kind of advance a little bit, and you're kind of rewarded with new suits and new tech. It's a very well-designed but massively entertaining and indeed massively scoped game. The world is huge, this Manhattan. This is representative now of the way things kind of used to be, still are in the large sense, but it's slipping now. AI may push this even further, algorithmic choices, things like that. There's a specialness to this Spider-Man that the Indiana Jones doesn't have for me now. Spider-Man continues to be a source of joy every time I play it. What it also is, though, it's an icon of the legacy of PlayStation. It's an icon of the dominance of PlayStation. It's like, here we still stand. It's like planting a flag in the market. And we don't have to sell our exclusives off. We don't have to do anything about it. And doesn't that just foster more passion for the thing, right? Whereas I feel like if I'm playing Indiana Jones on my Xbox now, it's still great, don't get me wrong. It's still my favorite quote-unquote Xbox game, but it's not an Xbox game anymore, and that's kind of my point. It just kind of shows the diminishment of that brand, which is really a shame because, Xbox, ever since the 360 era, has been really, really personal gaming icon for me. This is my passion too. Well, one of them, right? So that's my thesis, everybody. I feel like I'm worried about the passion and the drive. Okay? Hey, have you liked? Have you subscribed? Are you gonna? Well, you should. Have a good day. Be passionate.
Of the morning sun.